Alrighty folks, welcome back to another Diamond Boy Elevators, OH Elevators product review / demonstration video thing. Before the video begins, this is not a paid sponsorship, unfortunately. I'm just going to be reviewing of what I have. This is currently, we're going to be viewing the Generac one wash pressure washer. I bought this thing in 2015 and it has worked perfectly other than a few issues with the gas. It's not really anything. I forgot to drain the gas over winter time and it kind of built up, so that was my fault. It was not the machine's fault, it was my fault for not draining the gas. But other than that, it has worked flawlessly. So today I'm going to show you all around the machine. We're going to turn it on. And there's a few spots that I forgot to clean up. I actually did this whole top of the driveway, but there's a few spots like that, and I don't know if you could see that spot and this spot and some around the flower pots over there. That's what I need to finish cleaning up. I did not turn this thing on. What I did first, and this is what you should always do before starting your power washer. This is the main hose line that's connected to the power washer from the garage. You must always turn this on before starting. So this hose is on, and to prove it to you, we're going to relieve some of the pressure from the hose. You always want to do this. It'll make the rope easier to pull. See how the hose is on, it's going. And then before you turn the hose on, you must always put this on, otherwise it'll just spray out really hard out the other end. This Generac power washer is equipped with a water fail feature and a low oil feature. So if any of these are blinking, it will shut off on its own or it will not start. So if you're having trouble starting this thing, it's either you ran out of fuel or one of these. You have to pay attention. So the rapidly blinking is the low water and the slow blinking is the low oil. They made that very simple. I like that. And right down here, this is how you mainly control it. So the delicate is washing your car. The heavy is brick. We're going to run it on heavy. You have a pressure for your fence, your house, and your bin. Something worth mentioning, if you have a stucco interior like this, you must always run it on a delicate. You must never, under any circumstances, use the blast feature on your house. It will take the paint right off. You must always use wash. Or if you want to lather your house with protectant, use soap. I'm not going to demonstrate the soap today, unfortunately, but I do have a soap container down here, and it comes with a little clear tube that you put one end into this end right here, and then you just stick the other end down into the soap. And with that, if you want to use the soap, you must always use the soap. If you use any of the other ones, it will not work. So you must use the soap. Let's take a look at the engine. Unfortunately, I put this thing through the ringer, so this will have screws on it. But I lost those screws, so this can just easily pop off like that. Let's take a look at the engine itself. It is a Honda, actually. Yeah, this is actually a Honda clone engine. How I can tell is the fuel cutoff will be there and the choke will be there, but they moved it all up here. So yeah, this engine is kind of built like a Honda GX. Got the same pull rope too, and the fuel is on the top. Let's take a look at that. There's still some fuel in it. Over here, you'll see the muffler here. It says Generac on it. This is a Honda engine. Generac just rebranded it. And you can see the one wash up there. This can run up to 2,000 PSI, which is probably the lightest. And the heaviest is 3,100 PSI. That is the heaviest. So without further ado, I'm going to demonstrate how to start this thing. First thing you want to do is to make sure, like I said, make sure that this goes on first. Then connect this. Turn on your water line first. And then relieve the pressure before starting the machine. It'll make the rope easier to pull. See, there's ways on how to prepare it there. And then here's how you start. You turn that on. You want to make sure that the dial is put at max. Pull the choke out. Pull the rope handle. When it catches, immediately push that back in. Let the engine warm up. Pull on the rod a couple times to relieve any more pressure. And then you are ready to power wash. So let's do this thing. Turn it on. Pull that out. And this is kind of a heavy pull, so I'm going to try and do this one-handed. Hang on, I need to go. Start it up real nice and easy. We already have the wash. Right there. Alrighty, let's see how this works. It's still catching some of the pressure because even though it's on, it's still getting pressure, so it'll cut in and out a while and then it'll be fully ready to go. See, look at that. That was just one big circle and now it's just a line. And if you're washing stuff like this, like the cement, you must always have it on heavy. Otherwise, it'll take a lot longer. Going along this, I'm just gonna mash it like that. All that came up real nice and easy as well. Something else worth mentioning, try to point the nozzle away from the paint, otherwise it'll take it off. But if you are washing paint, please put it on the delicate side. This is heavy. Alright? Come around here and let's blast this stuff away. Alright, now we're going to clean up this. See, look at that. Perfect. There's a little bit more in the back, and this is good too because there's that green moss. That comes up real nice and easy as well. Now we got one more to do. Move the shovel out of the way. Look at that. Nice and perfect. All right, now when you go to turn the engine off, it's really easy. Just flip the switch to off, and there you go, it's off. Something else that's worth mentioning too, right after you turn it off, if you're thinking about starting up again, let the power washer sit. Because again, it's still hot, it just shut off. If you immediately turn it off and then try to turn it back on, you're going to be pulling your arm out and possibly flooding the engine. So just let the engine cool for a bit. Then afterwards, it should start up again. One pull, no problem. What else I forgot to mention too. This is an area I haven't hit with the power washer, and this is the area I did. You can clearly see how good of a job it does. I'm very proud of this machine, and I would recommend buying it. One of the other cons I have also found with this machine, like I said before, when I take this off and you look for the fuel cutoff switch, it should be right there, like right here. There is no fuel cutoff switch, which is very disappointing. So what you want to do, if you're going to store this thing for winter, maybe put some thing down there which will make the gas not clog it up, or you could just simply run it out of gas. Running it out of gas with this big fuel tank will take a long time, so I would probably recommend putting something down there that will not clog it up for winter. And then that way, when you're ready to dig it out, it'll start up again, no problem. But if you want to drain the gas out of it, go ahead and do that. I kind of do that anyway. But when you dig it back out for spring or summer, make sure to fill it up with gas. The maximum fuel level is right there where it says fuel level. I don't know if you can see it from the sun, but yeah, make sure you fill it up at fuel level. Otherwise, it will also... You can go a little bit over, just don't fill it all the way completely to the top, otherwise it'll keep pooping out. I kind of learned that the hard way too. I don't know if you can buy this anywhere. You probably can, but I checked on the Generac website and they don't have a price for it anymore. So I think these aren't made anymore. I don't know. But they do make other good products too. If you're looking up to clean a commercial property or you run a power washing business, this might not be for you. They have other commercial power washers that have the red Honda engine, the red Honda GX engine, the legit Honda GX engine on it. Those are meant for commercial properties. This one is, like I said, just is a residential one. This is a Honda engine, but Generac rebranded it. It's a little bit different. Like I said, if this was a legit Honda engine, this fuel tank would be white, and the choke valve and the fuel shutoff valve will be in the place where it is. This is actually a Honda pull rope red. Instead of this thing being in the center, it's on the left side, kind of like a Briggs & Stratton setup, but that is kind of like a Honda pull rope. So yeah, this is a Honda engine, but Generac modified a few things on it. Overall, I'd say a pretty good machine. Something else before I sign off. Right after you turn this off, you must always come over here and relieve the pressure from the wand. Just like so. Because if you don't do what I just did, and if you try to take either the wand off, it will pop off so fast and you might get hurt. Also, before you disconnect your power washer, you must always come in here and turn it off. Turn the water off. And run the water out of the wand. Because like I said, if you just take that off, it'll just pop off. And possibly you might get hurt. Nothing hospital related though, but it will hurt when it pops off. So you must always run the water out of the wand. See how it's going down now? And then when you get to a point where no more water's coming out, then you are safe to take it off of the power washer. See how it's going down? I think right about there is good. Now you are safe to take the pressure wand off the power washer. There you go. Simple. Something else also worth mentioning, right down here is your oil, but since the machine was just running and it's very hot, I'm not going to check the oil, unfortunately. So yeah, you must have oil in the engine for it to run. Before you go, if you also want to know how to store this thing, it's pretty easy. What you got to do is just turn these two orange knobs here. Oop, I'll get that. That's not supposed to come off. And boom. Stores up nicely into a little cube so you can store it underneath the shelf if you like. Anyway, that's going to be my review of the Generac One Wash 2000 PSI to 3100 PSI. I hope you have enjoyed this little demonstration. If you have, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And I will see you guys on an elevator hunt or the next gas-powered or any lawn tool review that I can come up with. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Ohio Elevators, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.